Ready to go deep on Jon Snow.
Oh yeah, he's a fascinating character. Lots to unpack.
He really is. We've
Very
got a
good.
ton of stuff to dig through here.
Yeah.
Articles, fan theories, all about, everyone's favorite brooding hero from Game of Thrones.
Right, right.
We've probably seen the show, read the books, the basics.
Yeah, yeah.
Raised as a bastard at Winterfell.
Joins the Night's Watch.
Right. Has a thing for wildlings.
Yeah.
But today, we're going deeper.
Okay, sounds good.
Like, what actually makes this guy tick? And
Oh.
why are people still, obsessed with him after all this time?
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with his, his whole origin story, being both a Stark and a Targaryen.
Yeah, that's a huge part of it.
It's like he's constantly being pulled in these two different directions. Like, who is he really?
Right. It's not just like, oh, hey, R plus LJ, big reveal.
Right.
It's like how that actually plays out in his personality, his choices, everything.
Exactly. You can see it even in his upbringing at Winterfell. He gets those core Stark values drilled into him: honor, duty, justice.
Hmm.
But then there's also this fire in him, like this, well, almost like a wildness. Doesn't really scream Stark.
Right. Maybe that's the Targaryen blood talking.
Right, right.
Like, was he destined for greatness from the start?
Yeah.
Or did all the crap he went through, did that shape him into the leader he became?
I think it's a bit of both, honestly. That's the big question.
Yeah. It's like nature versus nurture.
Yeah, and it makes you really look at his decisions. Like joining the Night's Watch seems like a very Jon Snow thing to do. Noble, selfless, take the black, go to the wall. But maybe it was also a way to escape, all that baggage that comes with his identity. Find somewhere where being a bastard doesn't matter so much.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's like he's searching for a clean slate,
Yeah.
trying to figure out who he is on his own terms.
Exactly. And it's interesting because it's at the wall where he really starts to excel as a leader.
Oh.
And I think his interactions with the wildlings, that's a huge turning point for him.
Oh, definitely.
He doesn't just write them off as like savages. He actually sees them, recognizes their humanity.
Yeah, yeah. He's always been able to look beyond the, I don't know, the prejudices and labels that everyone else throws around.
Right. And that's what makes him such a compelling leader. He's not afraid to challenge the status quo, to break the rules even, to make alliances that other people wouldn't even consider.
He's definitely got that reformer spirit. And of course, then there's the whole, death and resurrection thing.
Oh, yeah. Talk about a game changer. Literally.
That's not just a plot twist. It completely changes him. It's like he
Yeah.
comes back with this, like, even bigger purpose.
Right. I mean, some of the articles we have here, they go pretty deep on this. Some people see it as a parallel to, the resurrection of Christ.
Yeah.
Like he's this almost mythical figure now.
Oh, that's heavy.
It definitely adds a whole other layer to his story, the supernatural element. And it makes you think about fate, destiny. Was he always meant to come back? Did he survive for a reason? Does he have some big role to play in the grand scheme of things?
Huge questions,
Yeah.
right? And then just as he's, like, dealing with all that existential stuff, boom, he finds out the truth about his parents. Talk about an identity crisis.
Oh, yeah, poor guy. Talk about a lot to process.
Right. It's like he's being forced to confront a destiny he never wanted. The Iron Throne, the whole Targaryen legacy.
Almost like he's being punished for being a good person.
I know, right?
Mm.
It's kind of tragic. He spends his whole life trying to do the right thing,
Yeah.
and it leads him down this really, really dangerous path.
Yeah.
And then his ending in the show, going north with the wildlings,
Mm-hmm.
beyond the wall. What do you make of that?
I mean, you could see it as him rejecting all the power struggles, the burdens of the South. Like he's finally choosing himself, choosing freedom.
Yeah, he definitely seems to find peace up there, even though obviously it leaves us with a lot of unanswered questions.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But that's part of what makes him so great, right?
Yeah. Jon Snow, the guy who just stays with you long after you close the book or turn off the TV.
Absolutely.
So we've talked about a lot here, his family, the choices he makes, the things that happen to him. But there's one thing that keeps coming back to me, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Okay, what is it?
Do you think Jon Snow would have been a better ruler than Daenerys if he had, embraced his Targaryen side and gone for the Iron Throne?
Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, he's definitely got the leadership qualities. He's brave, compassionate, and he really cares about justice.
Yeah.
But power, it can change people, even the best of us.
That's true. So it's definitely something to think about. But I think the main takeaway here, the thing that Jon Snow's story really drives home, is that even when things are really messed up, even when we have to face our own demons, we can still choose to do the right thing.
Well said.
So what path will you choose? Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.